All right, let's get into how to be happy and to change your way of thinking, because man is connected to the man, eagle, ox, and lion. And when we go out to nature and watch animals and such, we don't generally become upset, and it doesn't generally ruin our day and those types of things. And we've heard of this thing called people watching. And you got to realize that the light of God is in all man. And God being diverse and without bounds, man has different needs, urges, and desires, being the sons of God and that light of God being in them. So this is where rules, boundaries, and structures, the rulers of darkness, come into our world to give society shape and form so we can go forward and we're not just going out and killing everybody or whatever, because you can eat any type of animal basically. And when you realize man is eagle, ox, and lion, that's where you see some of these people going out and eating people or whatever. We'll see all these kinds of things play out as you have lived in this capitalistic system, and the people are eating vanilla made from cow shit basically, or you're eating shellac for your candies made from bugs, and you're eating bug urine and rat urine and whatever else in your little things you're taking for the pharmakia, okay? But that pharmakia and the key, and Trump is in that keyhole, is all tying into your bond and the FRIA bond and the locking the door and the going into the closet and staying out of the closet and all those types of things going on as the Home Alone session is coming. That Home Alone session is tied to you. As all these characters are giving birth in this world, they're going to interfere with and interact with you. And as this motion picture has been given life and has seared the consciousness, you're going to automatically go to what's right. Okay? So, blue sky shining down on me, or whatever the words are not so shiny because the storm clouds and the gray clouds, that illegal alien and that 3-eye atlas and all that shit is all coming in. Aliens stacked on aliens. And that lion is before you. As that devil, that tribe of Judah, and that Judah, that light of God, that son of God has been taken from you. So let's get happy and watch this world and know that you're part of a world stage and the theater, and that Shakespeare, that Holy Spirit is coming before you to shake things up. And you all took your lines. Y'all took your marks. You're all ready for that race, and that Zoran, Ma'am Danny is ready to get you going in the old land of Oz as you're gonna start running on that cobblestone. Or that copel stone for the, the apocalypse, on the ice age for the police, and that pole ice for the Santa, the day Satan, and all those things. And the Trump to the John has the MP on it for the military police, and we've been seeing that with the National Guard. So these things we're watching, there used to be a time when, the good old days, when we used to watch these men like Cure and whoever else, Aerosmith, they all used to wear these very transy outfits. So the men and all that kind of thing were all, the so-called straight men were more so-called flamboyant than what you got now being shown. And then what you're being shown now is just a complete clown show. If you've ever been to those types of things, and if you know anything about it, a lot of these dudes that are in these things performing are actually straight men married with a family or whatever kind of thing going on. But it's just a show. Okay, you can either act like a woman or you can't act. This is where, like back in Shakespeare days, you need to remember this now, because you got Erica Kirk dressed up, but all the stage people were dudes dressed up like women. They wear the white powder and all that else, and that's what you're showing with Washington and the powder and the wigs, and then Lincoln killed in the theater show and the Civil War, get shit going for the, okay, so All this is like stacks of time, and the history is actually telling you things about your future, his story, and his story is being laid out before you as all things are built on this time. And this is where, man, either way. So if you watch everybody in the world, you're the only person, you're the only man in this world, pretend like, and everybody else is either an ox, an eagle, or a lion. And you just watch them as entertainment. Okay? It's that simple. And that's what we used to do. But then they started getting that celebrity, and that celebrity is part of that buy and sell, and that mark on the right hand, and you start seeing them at the magazine on the front aisle, and that front aisle is for those robots, and that Ottoman Empire, and that Iswheel chair for the that Elsie Hare for that Big Apple session. Okay? Got a little bikini contest going. Either way, the little Maduro has a little buffet coming on that little sushi. And that sushi is lining up with old Sheena Bomb getting tuna in Tokyo, getting groped and the roped on the Europe, and the Gavin Newsom and the pulling on the neck and all that kind of shit that's laying out in the little... Either way, we got to watch this world like a theater show and realize that these people are eating this and drinking that, and you are what you eat, and you're eating and listening to frequencies and shit. Oh, my wife left me, my dog died, and you're being coded subliminally. Taylor Swift is saying, I write in code. So she's writing dark speak within you. You're being programmed something that you don't even know. They're telling you these things as music comes out. Well, Michael Jackson songs, Man in the Mirror, is played in this octave or whatever beat and blah, 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 and does this to the thing, and these things are going on upon a man, and there's things that may have been known or may not have been known, or that are being discovered. All these different things of reality being shaped into us as the light of God is coming in to transform man, as we're grounded to this, that, and the other through earth, and then those souls take you up off the ground and rise you up into the area of the eagle, and that eagle is that egg where that begotten son can hatch that light within you, and that's where we are now as that old earth, the old grounding is being taken out, and that old copper system and a new copper system, and that self-regulated system to where this or whatever you don't need, but also they're taking the black lights, the dark rooms from the back, and bringing them into the light, and that's where you have like crypto and the Silk Road and the Bitcoin all being used for this, that, and the other on the dark side. But also the first pizza was bought with Bitcoin, the first pizza, the Pizzagate, all those things being interchanged with your Epstein and the Ghislaine and that journalist, and for the Superman and the Krypton and whatever else is going on. Okay, so all these things are created to hide those things anyway, it's where the aliens are giving these things, and what we've been told, we've been given technologies and stuff by aliens or whatever, but it's being used in the wrong way and whatever else. But this is also where the subversion of America, and this has been done from the beginning, so to speak. And this is where the things that's been going out, the rainbow colors per se, all these things are to break us out of that black and white Ozzie and Harriet mold, and the black and white goes into the 4 colors. So these things are overlaid and going back into as the eye opens, it boom, and then Trump's down there just catching them all. That's basically what's kind of going on. But he's catching you with a happiness and all. Either way, folks, so just watch the world like a show, because you live in a world stage, and you have these scripts, these scriptures that are being given to these people. They're part of a delusion of the world on one aspect. They're given their scriptures through their doctors on another aspect. They're given their scriptures to read as far as your school and your drama class and whatever else, and that script gets divided into the textbooks and whatever. So this is all this programming coming in, and as this program's coming in, it's where everything's trying to break out, where kids know they don't need to be there. And this dark light that the people have been watching has programmed the next generation to break out of it, thank God. Okay, and some of us are on those X roads, the Generation X, the Ecstasy, the X app. All those things are the bridge system that connects one world to the other world. or one world, the world we've been on, and the world we're going. Okay? So you have a choice to move up, down, left, right, or you can go diagonal and go backwards or go shoot forward. So, and I don't suggest going diagonal on the backside. Okay? Because that's part of that patriot where you shall surely die if you eat from it. Okay? And then you wake up and you're like, I didn't surely die. I'm walking among the dead. That's where the dead are rising first on that side. And you got the dead rising who's going into life on the crypto. Okay, so enjoy the show, people. Some of the funniest times are upon you. And you can even go to Walmart and laugh your ass off. And I suggest a lot of you probably end up doing that. Get some jiggle going on you. Little Cosby Jello. Little pudding cakes. Little pudding pops. We're going to see where those are popped soon enough and where they let them melt. And how many licks does it take to get to the old Tootsie Roll.